How's it going, guys? My name is Max. I'm the founder and CEO at Mergus Digital, and today I have Tom with me. How you doing, brother?
Hey, I'm good, Max. Thanks for having me on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, could you tell me more about who you are and what your company does?
Yeah, sure. So I'm Tom Burrell, founder of Lead Rocket Fuel, co-founder, I should add, with my business partner Adrian. We are a marketing agency that's specializing in cold email outreach to mortgage brokers in the US specifically. So we help them connect up with more realtors in the US, which is where they get most of their business, most of their referral business. So we help them expand that network, and over time we're building out services around how we can support that relationship more and more.
Love it. How long you've been doing, this type of business?
Yeah, we only launched, what we're doing right now has only been since about March, I believe March this year.
Okay.
Prior to that, I had a background in property myself, 10 years as a property investor, having a building company, doing all sorts. So really understand that niche well, and wanted to do something better than what's out there in the marketing space for this industry, and that's how Lead Rocket Fuel was born.
Love it. Absolutely love it. Now, when it comes to working with us, why did you decide to, pursue an idea with us? What has your situation been like before working with us?
Yeah, great question. So, as I just touched on, what our medium term goal is to build out services that assist more and more with managing those relationships for mortgage brokers. So, their realtor relationships, potentially things like their social media presence, the email outs that they're doing to realtors, how often and how they're getting on calls or video calls or educating their realtor partners, and ultimately taking over just as much of their business outside of them closing loans so that they can just focus on closing loans. And before we met, we had began to try and build out the piece which was going to at least help them keep track of all of the new realtor connections that we're making for them. And we had come up with a automated Google sheet, because we really don't have the expertise to build out anything more than that. And we were quite active in looking and figuring out how can we build out a system that's going to be more aesthetically pleasing, but also going to help them keep on top of those connections, going to motivate them to keep in touch with all those connections. Because ultimately, the better of a job that they do in building those relationships, establishing those relationships, and bringing in new business, the better their ROI is going to be on our service, and the longer they're going to stick around. So this was a really important piece to get right, which we didn't have right yet. We were bringing them loads of new business successfully, but helping them manage and maintain, keeping on top of that was key. So yeah, when we connected, I was over the moon, to be honest, because I felt like you just got it straight away. You came with an offer, really, or a product offer, I should say. Like, have you thought about doing it this way? Have you thought about that? We could build out this, we could build out that, based on what I'd shared in terms of our needs, and now even just already from initial client feedback and things of them starting to use the platform. Yeah, it's really great. We just had a client the other day say it's just so much more motivating when I log into a platform and I can see that a new lead's been added and the status is set to not contacted yet. I just want to pick up the phone and call them, right? As opposed to a new line was just added into the bottom of a Google sheet, and it's just like every other line in the sheet, and until they start adding notes and stuff. So from an aesthetic standpoint and from an organization standpoint, it's much easier to keep on top of, and it's really easy and motivating to see like where each lead is at now, and what they need to do ultimately.
Yes, sir, definitely. I mean, as you said, right, when you get too many leads into the tracking sheet, it's not as easy to keep track of, right? And building something user-friendly and making sure you actually see, what you're looking at right now. Because what we have with our clients is that they're using Google Sheets or any other platform that's not really pleasing. I mean, it's easy to set up as well as fast, but the result is meh. What kind of result have you seen, working with with us?
Yeah, awesome. So for us, it's very much a stepping stone towards that greater vision of taking over more areas of their business or helping them manage more of that relationship. So first and foremost, our clients are going to stick around longer because if you just touched on it perfectly, you know, if you got 15 leads in a sheet, for example, it's like very easy and clear to see those 15 because you can see it kind of on the screen at one time, right? Whereas if you've got 100 plus, then you're scrolling up and down a sheet, you're trying to figure out like where, and you have to move them around, you have to try and keep them. Whereas when you have a dashboard like what you've created, and you can see, you can filter by status, so you can see exactly where each you're at. You've got it's much more just user friendly and aesthetically pleasing to see where you're at with people. Then it's so much easier to manage more connections. And if our clients are able to manage more realtor connections and ultimately more relationships, then it means that they can stick with us for a longer period of time because they're able and they have the capacity to continue continue working with us and on bringing on more and more realtor connections. We typically connect them up with 15 new realtors, 15 plus new realtors every single month, so that adds up quickly. So now they have the capacity to work longer with us, and as I said already, it's that stepping stone of, okay, now here's a piece for like keeping in touch with those connections, and then evolving into keeping in touch with a relationship. How many deals have you done with each one? Tracking like commissions that they've made off those people, and really giving them a clear picture and clear feeling as well of like, oh wow, like we worked with Lead Rocket Fuel, we're working with Lead Rocket Fuel. This is what we're spending on their service. This is what we've already made and been converting. Like the ROI here is fantastic. Let's keep going. And so with us being able to do that for them, it's just fantastic towards our ultimate goal of starting to help them implement more and more around those relationships as well down the track.
Awesome. I absolutely love to hear that. I actually enjoyed working on your project a lot. So that's great to hear. Now, what would you say, what has been like working with us? You know, what was your experience?
What do I even say? Second to none, man. Like genuinely massively appreciate what you did. I feel like I had another team. I feel like it was people within our team building it out for us that had the expertise, right, that we didn't. Because anytime that we needed to bounce ideas, had questions, wanted to tweak something, had a bit of feedback, found like any issues as minor as they might have been like throughout or whatever, you were just on it. You were getting it done. You were super quick turnaround time in terms of going from concept of, you know, what are we actually looking for, understanding that, and then delivering on that. I feel like a lot of the time with these kind of projects, I don't have a huge amount of experience with it, but I can imagine that even just conceptualizing what people are actually looking for specifically can take a bit of time. And you nailed that immediately, and then I think delivered our end product in like a week, the first version, and within 2 weeks we were like
something like that.
It was epic. So
definitely. No, it's totally welcome. I mean, we love this, right? I don't promote it anywhere. You know, we use no code, right? But with traditional development, this would take, you know, at least a month, like at least, and you would pay essentially like double, maybe 10 of the price, right? Or 10x of the price essentially. But yeah, totally love it. So now let's say that, you know, someone's looking at this interview, watching this interview right now, and they're thinking about going with us, but they're a little bit hesitant. What would you say to them?
Nice. Yeah. If anyone out there that's thinking about working with you guys, I would say, first of all, jump on a call and just chat out what you're actually looking to do, because I think you'll be really quickly, surprised with how quickly Max can just grab your ideas, thoughts, and get it down in terms of, this is what you could do. Is this what you're thinking? Have you thought about that? Like just basically getting it to that concept piece of what can actually be done, because I feel like so much of the time when you're on my side of the fence, you're limited by what you know, and so you don't really know what the best option is with whatever you're trying to achieve. So get on a call, because that helps a crap load to just figure that out and get clear on that. And then once you've got clarity on that, 100% back you guys all the way in terms of like ability to deliver, communication throughout the process, managing expectations, just fantastic. So I already have plans, and I've mentioned this to you a little bit, but definitely already have plans and ideas for things we want to, like more that we want to do, and things that we want to bring you on for, to continue building out this platform and adding other functionality, doing other things in the future. So I think that's the best, what's the word I'm looking for? Like that's the best testimonial, call it. Like, we're super happy. We're looking forward to, or we're already looking forward to doing more projects with you. So for anyone else that's out there, I would recommend jumping on.
I highly appreciate it, Tom. Thank you for your time. Thank you for hopping on this interview. This is everything, guys. Thank you. Bye.